Next in line, we got the generator, which I might have talked about already. I really don't remember. Just a generator you plug in. I believe I talked about that already. My camera shut off, so I think I lost track at the sprayer, and I already did the generator. Next is the New Holland blower, which I believe is the same thing as a Case IH or a Case 600, but it's a New Holland 60 blower. We got this a couple years ago when we had a gale and the gearbox went out, so we just got a bigger and better one. Next, we got the 3970 chopper. This is a couple years old. 7-foot hay head and 2-row corn head on it. Our previous chopper was a 3940, which was way smaller. All around good chopper. It actually had better paint than this one, but we needed some more capacity. Which, we can still use more capacity, but yeah. Everybody asks what the hell this water tank is. So when you're chopping hay and alfalfa, I don't know if it does it with grass. I'm pretty sure it does, but with alfalfa, there's a certain moisture percent that it gums up on the blower pipe, and it just kind of just falls out the back. You add a little bit of water to it and it'll go into your wagon. Here is the 4440 we got in 2010. I think we got that one in 2011 or spring of 2012. 10,000 hours. It was changed at 10,402 hours on November 11th, 2016. And been solid tractor, really solid. As you can see, it's been this is our manure spreading tractor. We got 2 LEDs up there we bought a couple years ago. They work pretty good. And yeah, slow moving signs broke a little bit. You can see we got hydraulic oil. We just got these this year. They were leaking like crazy, so we just bit the bullet and put Pioneer coupler ends instead of the John Deere. Eventually we want to be all Pioneer coupler ends, because adapters from Pioneer to John Deere or John Deere to Pioneer, we're starting to get tired of it. So we're going to have everything Pioneer and fix that eventually. Here is the 7th hay wagon. And not much to say about those besides they hook behind the small square baler and the kicker kicks it in the back. Here we got our 835 Moco Hydro Swing disc vine. We were actually supposed to trade this off last winter, but prices really took a dump, so we just figured we feel safer keeping the old reliable and not spending money. We were going to trade this one off for another 835, but instead have the 2-point and get the nice wide tires in the back. Otherwise, 835, solid machine. Besides, cutter bar went out. 2015 it did. That's another reason we want to get our money's worth out of it before we trade. And we're actually talking with Dad, maybe we'll just buy another one outright. Have 2. Depends. That's just talking. It probably won't happen. Here's Easy Flow, our Flow Ease wagon, gravity wagon. I think it's on 250 bushel. We just got this one 2 years ago, I think. And I believe that's it for this shed. Yeah, that's it for this shed. So, I think we're on our second video now. I clipped this part into the second one. We're gonna go outside. Sorry if it's windy. It's windy. It'll be windy right when I walk around this corner. Here is our white 226 24-foot field cultivator. That's some deep water. Oh, now my foot's wet, but yeah, decent field cultivator. We traded the John Deere off for this one because this one does not plug. And here is our John Deere 220 disc. decent disc. It's just the one wing flips down, and then the hydraulic brings the tongue in the middle. Decent disc. That tire could be new. There's plenty of tread, but it's peeling off. We'll just run until it goes flat. Not much to be said about it, but we don't use discs too much. But when we do, we got one. Over here we got an old frame to something we gave to the neighbor. He hasn't picked it up yet. And I'm gonna put my glove on. Now that I got my glove on, here is our Van Dale little liquid tanker. Our milkhouse wastewater goes into a tank, and we gotta pump it out every once in a while. We bought it for like 250 bucks. As you can see, it's been repaired because it started to suck in on the previous owner, but hopefully she'll last. We got our John Deere 714. I believe that's the model, or is it 712? I don't remember. It's a 9-shank chisel plow. Has a straight disc, straight shovel. Oh, that's not the model. There it is, 712. That's it. Really good chisel plow. We love it. Tows it. Pull it to 450. Here is our elevator. We're stacking hay in the barn. It's a 205 auto, whatever the hell I think, how you pronounce that. I think we bought this for 100 bucks from the neighbor. So far been pretty dang good. Here is our drag. So after we're done planting oats and alfalfa, we run this over and it levels the field off. Sorry if it's windy, I'm trying to talk louder and keep the mic away from the wind. Here's our 4-row cultivator. We don't really use anymore, but it's here if we need it. Here is our Fox Brady 5630 stock chopper 4-row. These flaps come up so you can shred it straight back, or you can leave these down and it'll auger it in a row. We love this thing. We don't even rig stocks, we just stock chop it. It keeps some stalks on the ground, so it helps prevent erosion, which we like. We want to keep some stalks on the ground for fertilizer and to help stop erosion, because these are some big hills. Here's our bale mover. It's just a 3-point, 1 bale at a time. Not much to be said about that. Whoops. I'm gonna go down there and walk this way. I'm gonna go down there and walk this way to the wind. Here is our skid loader trailer. If we're moving bales at the other farm, we'll put the skid loader on that and go up there. It gets the job done. That's pretty much what I'm gonna say. Here is our, I believe it's a 20-foot Westfield auger. So our bin unloads about right here. So you just put the auger down there and it loads right into the semi. Really, really good. Or if we're at the other farm, we dig a hole and unload the gravity wagons into the auger, into the semi. It's a lot better than carrying around like a 50 or 70 footer. That's a lot easier to go through town, pull behind a pickup. It's just a lot easier. Here's our H&S 370 bushel manure spreader. It works. We would like bigger, but can't afford too much right now. As you all know, prices suck. And that's it for back here. I'm gonna head to the next shed. Well, Well, I'm at the other shed. I'm not going to go down here, but I'll point them out to you. Right there is our Mower auger. Has the swing, so we can swing. The swinging hopper, I think they call it. Yeah, we like that thing. We got our 2 bale trailers. Oh, that's actually a 70-footer, I think. Yeah, it's a 70-footer. We need 70 feet to go from that auger spot to the top of the harvester. We got our 2 bale trailers. Both of them are 6 bales. Then if you put 2 on top, that's 8. And that's our H&S 12-wheel high-capacity wheel rake. Right here we got our, oh, we're zoomed in still. We got our John Deere 4440. We got this one about a year ago. It's been pretty solid. The only real problem we had it is one of these back tires went flat. And the PTO seal was out. And the PTO shaft, you could like slide in and out. Get a new outer snap ring that holds the shaft in place. And that'll fix your problem. Evidently my phone's battery is too low to use the flash now, so I'll come back tomorrow when I have more battery life to explain the rest of the stuff. Because if you can't see it, there's no point in me talking about it. So, I guess that's what cold weather does to your phone. I could get to the skid loaders though. They should both be in here. 1845C case. And our 1840 case. Both in the shed. The only reason we ever keep this one is because it is shortened. You can see this weld here and how this doesn't line up. One of our sheds, we can't fit a tall cab in. Now, this skid loader used to have a cab that went over those yellow side panels, and you can see this one's flush across. We had a welder lower it, now we can get in the shed. So that's why we keep this one. Otherwise, it probably would have been gone by now. And then the big boy 1845C. This one move around bales. That one sucks at moving around bales. You just straight flat go like that. We're gonna get some weight for the rear end. Like this one has these weights. Whoops, right there. So those are the lights and the bald tires. Too cheap to replace, so we just spin. Yeah, I'll get to the back of the shed tomorrow when I got light. Otherwise, this video will be either 2 or 3 parts. I don't know how long the minutes are, but yeah. Anyway, there's a 2001 Chrysler Town Country Man van is what we call it. I ain't gonna go over the rest of the cars. I guess I can go over the truck. 2010 Ram 2500 gas. And there's the livestock trailer up there. I forgot about these rakes actually. These are our John Deere 660 bar rakes. 2 of them. I forgot they were in here, to be honest with you. This is actually a wood shed, but we had some room, so we shoved them in the back. Wheel rake does better jobs than these, but we like to use these for singling rows up. We're flipping wet windrows. They work decent for that. Well, I got my battery charged. Here's the 4440. Like I said, we got it about a year ago. Works pretty good. I think I talked about it already. Here is our Allswalt mixture. The augers go this way. Someone said we needed a vertical augers, but we don't grind bales up, so we don't need it. This doesn't work though. The scale. Yeah, evidently my dad had to get fixed 3 times, and each time. It only worked for about a month, and he says he's tired of fixing it. So whatever. Usually the batteries, I believe they sit on one on each fender. So I guess the scale on this really isn't as nice as the new ones, because every week or so or month you have to charge the batteries up, since they don't go off tractor alternator, they're just batteries. We got our Uniworth wagon made in Ohio. If we were to get rid of a wagon, this would be first, mainly because it doesn't travel down the road very good. And yeah, it has a lot of cracks. Here's our two favorite wagons, our J&M 350s. We love these wagons with a passion. They're nice and big. This one has wood extension all the way around, and this one has wood extension on the sides like that. Here is an old wagon. It's not a barge box, it's something else. Anyway, this was here when we got the farm. You can see the flat tires. We don't even move it. But what we do use it for is to put our feed in. Scoop it up in buckets and then feed it to the heifers. So yeah. Here's the big 50. 2013 we got this tractor. I got new front and backs. Duals could get new, but yeah. I don't know. There's a light bar. And I believe that is everything. When I was editing last night, I realized I forgot this wagon right here. This is a Demco. It's like 340 bushels. Has an extension there and then another extension up there. That's how it was like when we got it. We actually like this wagon a lot. Truck tires and truck tires. We love truck tires instead of big flotations because they're a lot cheaper to replace. And I'll go get the other piece of equipment. I forgot the corn head on the chopper. We're about to the corn head, and we got a diesel fuel leak, bad diesel fuel leak on a 4450. Like drip, drip, drip that fast. Here's the corn head for the chopper. It's a 2-row. I don't think there's a model on it, but we used to have an old yellow John Deere head, which is older than the green ones. And that thing was a piece of junk. This one works pretty damn good. So, yep. I believe that's everything now. Catch you guys next time.